Hey everybody, how's it going? I hope you can hear me just fine.
Hope you can't hear me because that's not
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce my co-host, one very disgruntled Yeti Bloodyard.
I'm not disgruntled. I'm just gruntled, and that
Just,
is
just,
that is a
just,
word.
just gruntled.
No, Gruntled.
Well,
It's a word.
I'm
It's
not.
a word.
I'm not exactly sure what just gruntled means. Like,
Gruntled.
were you grunting really hard and you got lost?
No, rental. Like when you go out and travel, you have to rental a car.
Oh, a rental.
Rental.
We've got Andrew Roberts in the chat and Hot Fire Rose.
All right.
So today we're going to do things a little bit differently. We're going to have our fun like we usually do, I think. Um, but we're going to review a couple of old matches, and the way we did this is I picked two old matches to review, and Getty picked two as well, and we picked one of each to follow through. So we're going to do that tonight. We're going to go over some things that have been going on in the wasteland, and I've been sick, man. So if you've been thrown down any shows, I'm not sure if you have, because I've been like a lazy cunt, and
I've been kind of lazy.
so I don't know if you've got anything new down. I know you were streaming a new game you've been playing.
Oh yeah. Well, that was released. It's gonna take 2 days to download it. It's Baldur's Gate 3.
Okay.
So that actually the one I'm talking about. That is actually a great game. I would recommend it on PC.
Now, before we move further, I need to ask those watching: are you hearing us all right? Is there any echoes? And Yeti is being like a dick right now.
Right. I can't even speak. That's kind of. Is my mic on?
Oh no, it's on. I can hear you just fine. I was just fucking with you.
Oh well, I can fix that. I can turn my mic on.
So, the match we went with for myself was Dusty Rhodes versus Ric Flair for the world title back in NWA, and it was back in 1986, August 25th, I believe. Yeti has some echo. All right, let me go and try this a little bit, see if that works out, and if it does, hopefully we can keep going. And if it doesn't work, then I'm blaming Yeti, just as always, because sometimes you need to. We got Preston Steelman in the house. Yeti, yes, he's the one that mentioned Yeti has some echo. It's technical issues we've been dealing with since we started this. And I think it has to do with me not using a headset.
You want a headset?
Well, I've got a headset. I just got to figure out where to hook it up, We got Fred Starr in the house, Mr. Impact Player. So I chose the match to review due to the storytelling of the match. And when I watched the Adrian Street versus Austin Idol, one, you chose it because he recently passed.
Adrian Street.
Yeah, Adrian Street. And two, it tells a good story of a good heel match.
Yes.
No.
How it should be done.
Exactly. Evie Bloodyard in the house as well. Good to see you, girl. Now, I was going to do a show tonight. There was going to be some RWO going down. It was very hot today. I spent a lot of time outdoors and wound up with a. wound up with a massive headache. I went and lay down for a while, felt a lot better. Big thing is the heat, and 2, I'm an idiot and I forgot to eat. So those 2 rectified now. No, not that
He's gonna-
rectified.
he's gonna-
Not that kind of rectification, brother. Okay?
Get an education in your rectification. Give you some information. Gonna run through the rhymes.
Some bitch, why do I gotta go through this? Now, there is an announcement I wanted to make before we go forward. So come October, I believe it's October 15th. You guys know him as Mark Malero or Scuzz, coming out with Corrugatu number 9. I'll be writing for it as well. It's a collaboration of a bunch of different authors. We've got some new authors coming in. So expect that coming out. There will be an announcement by Mark Malero probably on Facebook. Once that's out there, I'll have better idea of what to broadcast here for it, to promote it. But yeah, it's going to be good. It's horror-centric. Not horror. Horror.
Did you say?
Horror. It's the horror genre. And so it's short stories. I tend to go overboard and give him a lot more than he asked for, but I enjoy it.
Unfortunately,
Ooh.
I'm waiting for Meanie and Evie sit.
Yeah, I was just reading that Evie and Meanie got COVID, huh?
Yes.
That's weak. You know, Evie, come on. I thought you were stronger than that. Now you're just proven to be weak.
You're gonna get stabbed.
I'm willing. I'm willing, man. A good stabbing is good for the soul, you know.
Queef says he's got some stabs.
No, absolutely not. So, why I chose the biggest reason I chose the Dusty Rhodes versus Ric Flair, not only tell the story, but the actual full match on YouTube to watch. And a total of 19 minutes from bell to bell, and I think with the entrance as well of Ric Flair. Dusty Rhodes starts off in the ring already when they start showing the match. All around a great match, telling the story of this rivalry between the two, and at that point that rivalry had been going on for years already. The attacks by their horsemen, you know, Tully Blanchard playing a big part of it, Baby Doll as well, you know, whereas the Austin Idol and Adrian Street, it's I believe what you were saying was the beginning of that feud. Yeah. Well, perhaps it did, Evie, but either way, you're looking weak for it. But I don't blame you for being sick. I was sick myself. I was down for, 3 fucking weeks?
Yes, since watch it really worry about.
Well, it was weird. You start off with the severe allergies, and we end up having to cancel a show because of that. And then following that, and it started off weird. I got really tired, had a nap. I slept for an hour. I woke up, and my armpit is stinging. So I go look in the mirror, and I've got this small little pimple there. And it's like, okay, fine. 3 hours later, it's this huge fucking ball in my armpit. I can barely move my arm. Fucking end up going to the hospital to get checked out. I've got a fucking infection. And it's like, how the fuck do I get an infection? There's no cut, nothing. He goes, well, your body's fighting an infection. It's finding the weakest spot to push it out. And they go and insert this big fucking needle. And you talk about a fire in your armpit, man. It was fucking horrid. But they drained most of it, and it just filled back up. And it's like, oh my Lord. And I haven't felt that fucking weak in a long time. But feeling better. I'm still getting tired throughout the day, but I mean, I'm on the road to recovery, and I'm feeling better. And trying to get RWO back up and rolling, and it's a bitch. But I'm here live with you tonight, so that's I don't know if it's a bonus, but I'm fucking doing it.
Oh, I got a bonus.
Well, not a boner, but a bonus, yeah.
I don't want to do bonus.
Well, the electric clippers for me will be attacking me later on tonight. I gotta shave my head. I'm fucking getting tired of hair growing on my head.
The shave is too.
No, stage 2 blue waffle. Fucking hell, burgundy butthole.
Burgundy.
Now, you've had a bit of a vacation.
Yes. You know. I usually take my birthday week off, so I can run around in my birthday suit.
Well, thank God you're wearing clothes right now, because you were talking about having to iron out all the wrinkles.
Oh yeah, but you know what? I could. This I'm just wearing the shirt. I'm just wearing the sleeveless shirt. Under if I stand up, you'll see the whole Yeti.
No, we're not free balling it. We're not free balling it tonight.
I'm gonna stand up. You know, especially if they play. So when they play international athletes, I'll stand up. I'll win my plan.
Now, we're going to talk a little RWO here, because now there hasn't been much being broadcast as of late. No, there's no blue waffle on the wall. It's actually a blanket with a chopper on it. But if you see fucking whatever you see, then it's fine. Tonight's 2G1D, brought to you by Ric Flair paternity test. Holy fuck. Make sure she pees on the strip before you let loose, or let those child support checks rip. Not legally binding in court. False finishes. I love Preston for that shit. It's fucking beautiful. We've seen the underground building some momentum here, like becoming that power of the wasteland in recent weeks. And although the televised viewings have been few and far between while I've been recovering, it's interesting to see all but one blood yard have titles. That's Booger Ray. So what's wrong with them? Well, I know what's wrong with them, but what does Yeti think is wrong with that kid?
Well, it's okay. We gave Booger a cardboard box and drew a belt on it and told him to wear it. He's the cardboard champion.
So a true paper champion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you.
No, excuse me. One, we're tag team partners, brother.
Yeah. Well, you're see, my parts are all leather and yours are chin.
On top of that,
you know what? And
you're a bastard.
What was that match I had? I won.
Yes, Bill Haight, you crucified him.
Yeah.
Yeti is echoing like crazy. Okay, let me try and adjust that a bit.
Let's see if I can fix it on my end. Let's see if I can get rid of it. Let's see.
It is something we've been dealing with for a bit now, and let me try.
Try this.
Try that.
Is that let's see if that's
Yeah, you talk sexy to the viewers, man. Hey now. Hey, there might be a child watching. Deeper.
This is a only show. So I was just seeing.
Oh, jeez. That one will catch me some issues.
I was just testing if my mic was working.
Sure you are. Is he still echoing when he's
Am
talking?
I still echoing? People, let me know. Probably can't hear me now. Let me mute myself. How about that?
Yeah, Photoshop that. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Put a big giant neon dildo right where the microphone's supposed to be.
Pete, and I'll borrow one of yours.
You're very quiet now all of a sudden.
Well, because I
Well, come on, quit fucking with your microphone. I know you haven't, sucked on a knob in a while, but ease up, bro.
I am the voice of God.
You are the voice of God, the Himalayan High Lord.
Yes, right. Oh, yes. And what nation owns all this?
Right now, the majority lie in the hands of the underground.
Yes.
We've got Evie. We've got Evie with the Mayhem Champion. We've got Yeti with the Mayhem Championship title, which he has now rechristened the Wasteland title. He's bringing that back into play.
Emperor of the world.
The ego getting a little bit big there, isn't it, buddy?
Oh, that's not the only big.
Hey, that's not what Evie said. Now, Yeti and the Angry Viking have the tag titles from Mayhem.
Yes.
And then you've got, your Slaughterhouse lost to those new fuckers.
Yes.
Meanie Girl has the television title.
She calls it super duper title. She says that's the super supreme title.
Super Supreme title. I will never ever call it that.
You will after he stabs you.
Well, maybe I enjoy being stabbed. Who knows? The Ruthless title
He does all the stabbing.
No. Ruthless title from Havoc goes around me, and Jesus, we're just a dominant force in the wasteland.
Yes, of course.
Always
Always
happen.
happen.
You know.
Okay, so while reviewing these matches we were discussing of talking about here on the channel, I started writing out the match while I was watching. I think we're going to go with your pick first.
You can go with my pick? Oh, you
Yeah.
want that?
The Southeastern Heavyweight Championship title, Adrian Street versus Austin Idol. I'm not sure where this took place.
At a wrestling arena.
Well, I know a wrestling arena, you fucking asshole.
There were some fans there was a ring, there was some
There was cameras and referees and shit. Yes. Okay, so let's set this up for you. So it all begins with an interview we don't get to see. Thank you very much, YouTube, and the guy that uploaded it for clipping it out. Following this rude example of clipping matches short here on YouTube, we have Adrian Street step up into the ring with a whole lot of bluster. He demands a shot at the title, calling Austin Idol a coward numerous times before Idol accepts the challenge. Yes. Oh, yeah. As Austin hands the title over to the ref, Adrian blindsides him with a forearm to the small of the back, knocking Idol to the arena floor. Adrian Street is quick to follow him out, bashing the champ into the timekeeper's table. Idol kisses that wood a total of 3 times before collapsing at the feet of Adrian Street. Repeated stomps to the brain pan follow before Street walks off to primp and preen on the apron. Seeing Idol slowly getting to his hands and knees, Adrian dives down from the with a double axe handle, keeping the champ grounded. Repeated stomps to the brain pan once again, and we have an official mugging. Street's about to take Idol's wallet with a steel chair, but the ref intervenes with a scolding that has Street dropping the chair like a child with his hands in a cookie jar. We've got Idol finally, slowly getting back to his feet, but Street is quick to remind him that his floor is the best friend, delivering an uppercut to put the champ back down. Street follows through with the mugging with another uppercut that sends Austin Idol into the barricade. Not happy that he couldn't take the man's wallet, Street pummels Idol with the sole intent of taking the title home. The referee, having enough of the blatant disregard Street has for the rules, steps outside, instructing the challenger to take the fight back inside the ring. Adrian willingly complies, throwing the champ in, landing a double axe handle on the champ's neck. A right to the face with the shin of his leg and a forearm strike to the shoulders. Idol's about ready for a pillow and a blankie. Street delivers the old 1-2 stomp to the head, drops an elbow and looks pleasantly pissed at the champ. Idol's brought back to his feet, but once again is reminded where he truly belongs as he's scooped and slammed back to the mat. 3 consecutive slams followed by a splash, and we have our first pinfall that results in a 2. Street attempts a second pinfall. Once again, Idol kicks out at the count of 2. A shin to the side of the head as Idol gets to his feet, followed by some shots to the back, and Idol starts hulking up. Finally showing some signs of life, Idol turns on Street, shocking the originator of the Flower Boy Manqueef persona, who begins to plead with for his life. Idol delivers a boot to the abdomen and begins to pepper the challenger with heavy hands. A hard right for the first time in this match. Street is on his back, helping Street to his feet like a good man should. Idol shows you don't mess with a man who wears pretty chaps to the ring. And yes, he was wearing pretty goddamn fucking chaps to the ring, wasn't he, Yeti?
Yeah, Chaps has got his hair all up in a double ponytail.
Yeah. Laying in a few more rights. He drops Adrian back down. Street rolls to the outside. Idol tries to follow, but the ref ain't having it, dragging the champ back through the ropes as Adrian's valet, Miss Linda, places a foreign object in Street's hand. Foreign objects.
Watch out for that, Miss Linda.
Yeah, like foreign objects. Does that mean they're from a distant land?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, Adrian makes his way back onto the apron, planning some nefarious and devious tactics on the champ as he clutches the weapon. Idol comes in to bring the man in the hard way. At least, it's what I assume he intended to do. Adrian swings wide. Idol ducks, gripping Street up for a back suplex to bring the challenger back into the ring, where he gets a good taste of what's in Street's hand. The back suplex still manages to hurt Street, but Idol is done. Picking himself up, Adrian crawls in for the cover, gets the 3, and completes the mugging, taking the title from Austin Idol. Match ran about 6 minutes, but it did what it was intended to do. Start a good rivalry between some great wrestlers.
And the way it was done is probably there's going to be the rematch is going to be happening at Shout Show. The main show there.
Yeah.
At the arena. That's how we usually do that. So you do that. You do the heel babyface drops it on drops the title on TV. But he gets it back. Possibly at the main event. Which how it should be.
And it's probably what happened. Like,
yeah, I believe so. That's it led to. From what I remember, all my years of
well, and
yes.
to tell the story like they did, having Adrian Street jump him right from the get-go and just own that match right from the start of the bell to the end of the bell, you don't see it anymore. Unless it's a Brock Lesnar match, but you're getting one fucking move.
Right. Oh, I know. But like I said, if you saw how he called him out, called him a coward, just egged him on to accept that match, accept that challenge.
Yeah.
Adrian saying, I flew 3,000 miles to challenge you, and you're going to be a coward. It's great.
It was. He went in there with a lot of bluster. He showed he was tired of waiting on the sidelines for a title shot. It was nice. It was done well. There wasn't much offense from Idol, but I don't think it called for it. It was a straight up mugging. Can't hear big fat. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, let's see. We'll fuck around with this some more. Let's see if this works. There we go.
Let's see.
Now, And not knowing, like, I know who Austin Idol is. I know who Adrian Street is, but I've never seen this match before.
No.
And so it was nice for me to tune into it and watch it. And there's a lot of the Dusty Rhodes matches with Ric Flair I've never seen before, and it was nice seeing the one I picked because I was looking through, and I was kind of mixed. You know, do I go with my favorite wrestler Jake the Snake, who tells a great story in and out of the ring as well, or do I go complete old school with perhaps the greatest rivalry that ever went in wrestling history? You know. Yeah, you're gonna have to do some talking to see if we can hear you.
Right. Now can you guys hear me? I can hear me.
I can hear you as well, but I'm not sure if it's computing.
Yeah, computing.
Yeah,
Or it's going across the box.
yeah, they need to hear you.
Can you hear me? Let me know. Start singing. Oh, you can hear me.
If you people get him fucking singing, I'm walking off.
Sing till I see my ding.
One of the symptoms is not hearing Goofy Yetis. I think I like COVID now. Holy fuck.
Oh my God. These are the silence. Hello, YouTube.
Fred says if you blink real fast, Yeti sounds regular. And does that mean you're shitting properly, or you sound all right?
I sound. Do I sound?
I don't know. He said you sound regular, and to me that means like you're taking a shit properly every day.
Well, right now, like I said, I'm probably sitting on a porta potty right now. You know.
I hope not.
I'm slapping.
I hope not.
I'm rapping.
All right. So
you know, I'll start rhyming time and lime.
no, we don't want that. You're already doing it.
Oh, I know.
You're not going to start. You've already begun.
I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna fart. I'm gonna start.
Have I fired you today?
No, I just want to hear my rhymes.
Pete sounds crystal clear, but yet he sounds like he suffered under a pillow.
You muffled me.
I said suffered, but it's stuffed clearly.
How's that, Pete?
I don't know why it's fucking
I don't know.
echoing as bad as it is.
I swear to the heavens that YouTube is a Yetiist.
Well, I'm gonna play with these volumes a little bit, see if that helps.
Yeah. How does this sound, people? I played with my mic.
There we go.
Never mind. All right, how's this, people?
It's don't be doing that shit. Don't be pretend you're not being heard.
I'm not being heard. You can't hear me.
I don't know. I'm being stupid right now. I'm seeing the fucking YouTube channel, and your mouth is moving, and no words coming out, and I haven't muted.
Actually, I'm actually talking now. I've just been playing with my mic till it strikes. Till it bites.
If it strikes back, you're in trouble.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what? I might be in for a good time, if you know what I mean.
Now, the Austin Idol and Adrian Street match, what I called out, that is exactly what happened in that match. There was no... Yeah, I don't have the lamp on above me. I wasn't going Trump on everyone, okay? It was the lighting.
Right.
But
sure, it was lighting.
6 minutes bell to bell, and you know what I called was everything. Now, do I call the whole thing like I did with Adrian Street and Austin Idol, or do I kind of summarize it?
I don't know if you summarize it or not.
How's that better for the microphone?
You sound good on my end, but it's them people there that have an issue with you.
Oh, I know. I just switched over to a different mic. See if that'll work.
Orange Pete City puts his hands
Puts
in his
hands
pockets.
in his pockets. Oh my
Until
God!
fondle
His
his
wiener before he fights.
Lord.
Wiener fights.
What did I do to Evie? Huh?
I don't know.
I gave her an
I don't know
opportunity
what you did.
to win her
Right,
title
right.
back. She wins it back, and I'm still the bad guy in the end.
Yeah, of course you're the bad guy. All right,
Okay.
So now people in the chat, can you hear me? Because I switched over to a different mic.
How's
We're
Yeti
trying to
sound?
figure this.
It's like playing that Jeopardy song in your head right now. I know.
I know.
I'm waiting for people to reply.
Yeah.
Bunch of
Waiting.
bastards.
Oh, I know. Well, it's probably the delayed YouTube.
Oh, fuck the delay. They can't use that excuse all the time.
I got delayed. Would you like delay now?
This is where I need a nice bottle of rye sitting next to me. Now Pete sounds lower, Yeti sounds better, but still echoes.
Right,
Well, he sounds better,
echoes,
so fuck it.
Right. I got the echo.
But we're both being heard. I sound lower, but I'm still being heard.
Right.
Okay. So the year is 1986. It's August 23rd. We're at the National Wrestling Alliance. The fans are all on their feet as the greatest rivalry continues to dominate the wrestling world. Dusty Rhodes versus Ric Flair for the World Heavyweight Championship. That plays a part right at the beginning of the match. Dusty stands inside the squared circle as Baby Doll stands at ringside as his valet, awaiting the arrival of his foe, the world champion Ric Flair. Security escort Flair through the emotional, wound-up fans who await the natural to finally get what's coming to him, an ass whooping. The common man, the everyman, finally getting his revenge on the pretty boy and bringing the title back to the people, or so it's hoped. Dusty, filled with fire, comes at Flair as the champ is about to step into the ring. The ref able to back him away to allow the Nature Boy entry. Flair cautiously enters, draped in his white robe. Tony Schiavone is the ring announcer for this match. Dusty receives a huge pop, obviously, from the fans upon his introduction. Flair receives a mix of boos and cheers, obviously the boos overpowering the cheers. The women love this guy for some reason. I've never understood that. Booger's just confused.
Never either.
The bell rings. Flair comes in on Rhodes, who side shuffles before executing Flair's woo and struts away, mocking the champion. Flair, enraged, charges in for a clothesline from behind, but Dusty turns on him, ready to strike with the famous bionic elbow, followed by posing in the corner to further enrage Flair. The two combatants finally hook up. Flair burying a knee in the abdomen of Rhodes, backing the common man into the corner to deliver those snappy chops that Flair has made so popular. He follows through with an Irish whip into the opposing corner, only to have Rhodes reverse the whip, sending Flair into the turnbuckles with such force that Flair is propelled back into the grips of the challenger. Rhodes is so fluid as he hoists the champ up into the air with a military press slam. Something we didn't see in later years from Dusty, using that power to just pick his opponent over his head.
No, I think Dusty had knee injuries.
Yes,
later
that comes into play in this match as well. Like, hell, I think a year before, it was Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes in a cage match where Arn and Ole came in and just took out his knee and just massacred Rhodes. And I think that injury played out through the rest of the year into the following year in '86, and they just kept on going at it.
Right.
Rhodes doesn't bask in the glory of the cheering fans. Instead, drops down to feed Flair some good old American hard-working hands. Back on his feet, Flair follows suit, but the bionic elbow connects, dropping the champ not once but 3 consecutive times, with Rhodes strutting away. The fans have not relented in vocalizing their love for the American dream one bit. Like, I know you watched the match. The fans, they were just, they were at a whole nother level.
Oh yeah,
And,
oh yeah,
and
they're
the fight
ready to
hadn't even
riot.
begun yet. You know?
I know. They look like they used to have riots in those house shows back then.
Oh yeah. Oh, Ox Baker was a good one. The
Yeah.
what city was it? Where they
Cincinnati.
thought he killed that guy?
Was it Cincinnati? Was it Cincinnati? No,
Not Cincinnati. We're gonna review that anyway.
That one.
Down the road.
We'll go back to that one.
Flair struggles to his feet while Rhodes awaits him in the corner. A fourth elbow drops the champ once again. Rhodes drags Flair to his feet with a grip on the champ's nose, hammering down with a closed fist. While the ref admonishes the challenger, Flair quickly rolls to the outside, stepping away from the ring into the stands to get a breather from the wrath of Dusty Rhodes. Cameras pan to Baby Doll. As Flair finally steps back into the ring, they hook up once again, exchange hands before Dusty unleashes a flurry of jabs upon the champion, winning the exchange with a final double palm strike to Nature Boy's chest. The bionic elbow staggers Flair. Dusty grips him up into a side headlock, only to be shot into the ropes, where he bulldozes through Flair with a huge shoulder block. Rhodes' momentum carries him into the ropes once again. Flair drops down. Rhodes hits the ropes for the third time as Flair attempts to hip toss, only to have the challenger reverse and deliver his own. One of the biggest things in this match, Dusty Rhodes' showmanship really shines.
Always.
Like it's something he's always been famous for, and to have him showcase that, and I don't even believe this was a pay-per-view.
No.
Like it was, and you know, WWE likes to talk about how electrifying the fans are at their big events. It didn't need to be a big event back then. I think this was like 10,000, 20,000 strong in attendance, and the noise level of just the cheers is just unbelievable in this match.
Like I said, they didn't get. Like I said, a lot of these people didn't have, the access, because you got to remember that wrestling wasn't televised very much.
No, it wasn't.
So when it did come to town, and there wasn't all this distractions we have now. We have computers, we have our phones, there was no internet. So when a wrestling show came to town, it was a big deal.
Oh, it was like Carnival coming to town.
Yeah,
but much bigger.
Right. And that's why you do shows like that, passionate about it, and riots would happen. Match didn't go the right way. The heel, or even the baby face would have to, be escorted out by the police, into the alley where the fans would kill them.
There's legit instances where the wrestlers were stabbed on their way out of the arena, like because the fans were so irate that they won or they did what they did in that match.
Right.
Okay, continuing with the match. Flair, infuriated, begins to yell at Rhodes. Irate that Rhodes seems to have his number this night. Once again, Flair exits the ring, pacing on the apron to buy time. Rhodes is backed up by the ref to allow Flair re-entry into the ring once again. We see this a lot from Flair in this match. He likes to get the hell out of there, kind of get a little bit of breathing room and slow down the match. Now, allowing for some backstory here, because that's what wrestling used to be about, leading up to this match, and what has been a well-storied and documented rivalry between these men. Dusty entered this match with an injury to his left knee at the hands of the Horsemen, leading to this title match. It was by far not the first time Flair and his boys beat down and injured the American Dream. So that being said, Flair challenges Dusty to the old test of strength, if you will, as Dusty reaches up to intertwine his fingers within the grips of Flair. The champ kicks out the left knee of Rhodes, exploiting the injury. It's the first sign of offense by the champ in this match, and it enrages those in attendance. That's one thing I loved back then, the fans getting so into the match. They let the wrestlers know what they liked, what they hated. Now you get fucking, the fans thinking that fucking little fucking Dominic is the best heel that's ever been around. What the fuck?
Bull crap.
You know?
You mean Cosplay Guerrero? Cosplay Guerrero is what I call him. Because nothing what he's doing is original. He just watched his old uncle Eddie's tape, and just that's all they're doing. That's all they're doing. His moves,
why are there corn dogs being put in my pockets, for fuck's sakes? You know,
Go find out.
Oh shit. Rhodes, hobbled by the underhanded attack, drops to a knee before sliding to the outside to gain a bit of distance and walk off the pain. Baby Doll rushes over to check on Rhodes. For those not in the know, Baby Doll had a turn of character during this feud between Flair and Rhodes. She, I believe, used to accompany Tully Blanchard down to ringside. Dusty allowed. What was that?
Yeah. Dusty stole her away. Yeah. There's a storyline behind that one too. Kind of rescued her. So.
Dusty, having faith in her, allows her to be his valet as a sign of support for her changing of her evil ways. Flair goes at Rhodes as the common man tries to re-enter the ring. Another exchange of hands before Flair sends Dusty back into the ropes, tries for a knife-edge chop, only have Dusty duck under and hit the ropes once more. Dropping Flair with a massive elbow. Rhodes comes in with an elbow drop and attempts the first pinfall of the match. The ref comes down for the 2 before Flair kicks out. Flair turns on the ref, not believing that he would have lost the title. Flair turns on the ref, not believing that he would have lost the title in that moment, shoving the ref into the corner while accosting him. The ref fires back, shoving Flair to the mat before hiding behind Dusty Rhodes. Flair, fuming, charges at Dusty to get to the ref, being dropped hard with another bionic elbow. Confused, disoriented, Flair crawls out of the ring, jumping the barricade in disbelief. Reluctantly, Flair returns to ringside, stepping back into the ring to avoid a countout. At this point, kind of surprised he doesn't go for the countout to save himself another round of beatings, but, you know, it was all about the story there. So,
yes.
The two bitter foes lock up once again, Dusty forcing Flair into the corner to deliver the old 10 punches, but with Dusty landing a Mongolian chop to end it. Flair does the Flair face plant into the mat as Dusty measures him for a chop to the neck. Flair comes back with a thumb to the eye, blinding Dream momentarily. The old thumb to the eye, you know?
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, flick to the eye. Remember, Roddy Piper used to do the eye.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, Rowdy did it in a comical way. He'd point up,
yes,
and his opponent would be dumb enough to like look up, and then the old jab to the eye. It was fucking beautiful.
Right. Oh yeah.
Flair follows through with a snapmare before the ground and pound. In my eyes, his very first successful offensive position here. Somehow Dusty slips free from the beating, rallying with a barrage of punches that has Flair reeling. Another series of elbows has Flair pleating in the ropes, where Rhodes delivers a throat thrust that sends the champ over the top rope to the arena floor. The fans, as they have been right from the beginning of the bell, erupt as Flair once again leaves ringside to slow down Dusty's attack. Flair returns to the ring, pleading once again with Dusty, who points at his injured knee, letting Flair know he has a lot more to pay for. From pleading, Flair switches over to calling Dusty on, wanting Rhodes to bring the fight to him. The storytelling in this match alone is pivotal. Dusty, always the showman, calls the champ to meet him center ring. Flair rushes in but stops dead in his tracks as Dusty raises his elbow. A nice little threat with the bionic elbow there. I loved it.
Yes.
Let's see.
And nobody could do that elbow like Dusty.
Yeah,
it made it look like powerful. And it looked powerful. The way Flair sold it.
Yeah. Well, and like this, at this point, he's just threatening to drop it on Flair's head, and Flair just instantly backs the fuck off.
But the way Flair sells that, and that's a lot of people. Don't know how good of a seller Flair is master of that.
Well, he truly gave just as much as he took, you know.
Right.
And to me, like, yeah, the guy's off his rockers these days, but what is he, like fucking close to 90?
Yeah.
He's probably got gin running in his veins instead of blood at this point.
Right.
Rhodes turns his back. Flair once again rushes in, only to have the elbow stopping him in his tracks once more. We get a collar and elbow. Flair pushes Rhodes into the ropes,
Right.
only be taken out once more with a shoulder block. Rhodes continues into the ropes, but Flair is ready this time, hooking the challenger up in a sleeper hold. Dusty struggles momentarily, but pulls his weight forward, sending the champ's face first into the middle turnbuckle. Both men dazed, but it's Flair who gets to his feet first, climbing to the turnbuckles. Now, I don't know about any of you that are listening, but when Flair climbs to the top turnbuckle, has anyone ever seen it succeed?
No. It's not supposed to.
No, it was like, and it's like at some point, he's even got to start thinking, you know, am I really this stupid that I'm going to keep on going for this attempt and it never pays off?
It's supposed to be like he's in the heat of battle.
Yeah.
He's lost his mind. That's the whole thing. He doesn't have his, you know.
Well, Dusty
Usually does that when he's like running.
Yeah, Dusty automatically, you know, gets up, tosses him over. Dusty hooks in the figure 4 leg lock, something that we don't usually see Dusty Rhodes doing. It doesn't look near as crisp or as good as what Flair can do, but god damn it, if it didn't have the fans popping. Flair allows his shoulders to lay down flat, not once, not twice, but thrice for 3 near falls as a result.
Yep.
The amount of selling.
They're working the crowd.
Yeah.
They're working the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
They know how to work the crowd. That's
the beauty of their craft.
Yeah.
You know.
And the amount of
they work
selling that Flair did for this part, you know,
Yeah.
it just tells everything you need it to tell.
Yeah.
Flair begins to hammer down on the injured knee, breaking the hold, which we don't get to see due to a commercial break. But when we come back, Flair is in complete control, having worked that knee further during the commercial. And that's one thing as a heel, and Evie said it right there. He was a genius for a heel.
Yes.
His finisher was at figure 4. So what does he do? He attacks one of the limbs to weaken that knee, and really work it so that way when he does finally apply that figure 4, it looks better and it makes sense why he was attacking that body part. Jimmy Farhat is a cool name. What the fuck?
That was the Sheik.
Oh, okay. I was a little bit lost.
Fred worked 14 years in the Sheik's cousin's restaurant.
Oh,
in
really?
In real life.
Oh,
Yes.
damn.
Yes. That's Fred was mentioning that. Yeah.
That fucker was
The original Snake, not the Iron
Oh,
Sheik.
I know who you're talking about. The crazy bastard.
Right,
Well,
right.
the Iron Sheik was
Yep.
crazy too. But I think
You saw Sabu come back and do that spot in AEW. His nephew.
Yet he can't even climb stairs, says Meanie Girl.
I usually fall.
Flair continues to work the knee, stomping repeatedly as the two combatants continue to sell the story of past attacks on Rhodes. Bringing Rhodes back to his feet, Flair hits the ropes and delivers another boot to the injured knee, dropping Rhodes once more. Flair attempts to the figure 4 for the first time. Dusty pushes him off, and god damn it, for a big man, this guy gets up so fast, regains his footing. It's fucking amazing. Like, at this point, like, Dusty's close to 300 pounds.
Right.
And
But Dusty was very agile for a big
He
man.
was.
Always was.
like, and how fast, like, you see it in this match, like, his stamina alone for a big man, it's unparalleled to what you see in today's wrestling.
Well, it's like what it goes back to when you got the bodybuilders in that, they didn't do cardio.
No.
They did it for stamina. Condition. They weren't conditioned. So when the first of the bodybuilders came, they'd be gassed out.
Oh, yeah.
A couple minutes, gassed out, and then it's called conditioning.
I think when it comes to the bodybuilder type physique, Kerry Von Erich was the most athletic out of them all. He had the endurance to carry him through a match, whereas like guys like Warrior or the Powers of Pain or even like Road Warriors, they
Sting,
didn't
when
have
he
that.
first started, Sting, he was a gym rat, a gym rat, I think Dusty was about what, 6 foot, 6'2", you know,
Dusty was about 6'2", 6'3", somewhere around
Yeah,
there.
right. I think it's more like 6'1", because usually they exaggerate their height,
yeah.
in wrestling. So I think it's around I would say 6'1", 6'2".
Now, Dusty lays in chop after chop. An uppercut sends Flair back to the outside. Thinking fast, Flair hooks Rhodes' leg, dragging the challenger to the outside, attempts to send Rhodes into the ring post, only to be reversed as Flair connects, busting him wide open. Now, I want to point this out. Anyone that reviews that match and watches it themselves here on YouTube, you look at, I'm going to use Jon Moxley as a reference here. You know, when they blade themselves. It's so apparent, it's so visible these days when they actually, you know, juice themselves. It's ridiculous. They don't.
Right.
It was a special kind of craftsmanship back then for selling a match.
It's called color because you just added a little.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't go too excessive.
No. And they knew how to.
Maybe once in a blue moon they would do an excessive, like what you see, like in Blood and Guts, but it was very done judiciously.
Yeah. Now at this point, Flair's head connects with the ring post, and it's about 3 seconds where you see Flair's head against the apron, not under the apron, not. His face is briefly against the apron, and he comes up, and you see the blood already. Now, whereas Moxley will either fucking sit there on his ass and blade himself right for all the fans to fucking see, or his head is like right up in the ass of the fucking ring itself, underneath the apron. And they take like a good fucking 10 seconds to do it. Like, the amount of fucking craft that went into the wrestling back in the day, it's amazing.
WWE uses the capsules. They don't blade. AEW blades.
Yes. Oh yeah. And
I
Moxley is a proud blader.
And the one time that was an actual bleed was remember that elbow shot that Brock Lesnar did on Randy Orton.
Yeah,
which was planned, but he did it the hard way, as they say. You know, use the elbow to cut Randy. You know, and that was pretty good because that drew a lot of.
Oh yeah. Oh jeez.
YouTube channels, podcasts. I said it was a work. You know.
Oh yeah. You know.
I guarantee you, Randy Orton was not going to let him do that. You know. No way.
No, Randy Orton okayed it, you know, so it was
yeah,
all
that's
good.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Now,
I
would preferably like take the, you know, juicing on my own instead of having someone fucking concuss me to do it the hard way.
Yeah.
Because I know what it feels like to have someone's fucking knuckles hit you so hard, or his fucking elbow hit you so hard that it busts open. It fucking hurts, man. Like you're rocked pretty fucking good.
I know.
What?
He comes from that Orton bloodline, you know, and his godfather is Terry Funk, you know.
Shit.
Yes. I think Terry Funk finally retired. Finally retired.
How many times is this?
I know, but I think this time because, you know, he's like 88 years old or something like that.
He should have stayed retired like fuck.
I know, but. When they offer you a paycheck and you use a little money, you know.
Yeah. We have both men re-entering the ring. Flair scooting on his ass as he pleads for mercy as Rhodes hobbles towards him, forcing Flair into the buckles. Rhodes mounts, thinking he's going for the infamous 10.
Don't read the chat right now.
Let's see. Also, you.
Yep.
You on what? Getting opened up the hard way?
No. I said sends Rasha saves her period blood to make blood capsules for PE. As for me.
You're a bastard.
that was meanie.
Oh.
I'm getting blamed for it.
That's sick. That is fucking sick. Oh, gross.
You know, I'm craving is a strawberry milkshake right now.
Strawberry milkshake. God damn it, that actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah, after reading that blood count, since watch the strawberry milkshake. Okay, back to the match.
Goodness. Suffice to say, this is a very good match. It was well put together.
It is.
The storytelling, like we have, I'm going to cut it short. This match was 19 minutes long from bell to bell.
Right.
We
But
have.
you kept in. They kept you. They drew you in. They kept you.
Oh, it was riveting. You know, like.
Yeah, that's what I meant. There was no. I mean, you didn't lose interest in it. You kept it interesting. Even when the match did slow down, because you know what you do because the ebb and flow of the match. But it didn't seem like they were constantly doing something. They weren't doing this.
Exactly.
There was no wasted time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then there's no dead air. In some of these matches you watch, as long as there's a lot of dead air.
They're taking rest spots, you know.
Yeah.
And you don't see that in this match at all.
No.
Like you have you have Flair jumping out and walking a bit.
That's what they used to do.
It's like five seconds, and he's back in the ring, and they're going again.
Right.
You know, what I like though was the whole story behind the story. You know, you have you have Baby Doll secretly working for Flair here, and you know, ends up aiding not Dusty Rhodes, aiding Flair, and
Getting
in the end,
the DQ.
she comes in with a steel chair. Dusty Rhodes sees it in time, gets out of the way,
grabs it.
and
The
then
classic, classic getting DQ.
Oh yeah, he went fucking nuts. And what I liked is, he's a face, but there comes to a point where even a good guy loses his shit sometimes.
Well, that's when a face should do heel move.
Exactly.
He just loses it.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be doing heel moves. In his regular set or in a regular match.
Now, during this match, like near the end, before the disqualification, Flair attempts, I think, the third figure four lock, and Dusty shoves him off. Flair hits the ref, sending the ref to the outside, supposedly knocking him out. And that's where Baby Doll really gets involved. And that's where the steel chair comes into play. That's where Rhodes loses his shit and just goes to town on the leg of Ric Flair. The bell rings. The referee came to, rolls back in, calls it a DQ, and then we got Tully Blanchard sliding back in, and they work Rhodes' knee big time. Well, Tully does. And then we've got Magnum TA, which I want to do something about him down the road as well.
He runs in, saves the match.
Yeah, they come in, they save Dusty. Like a great fucking match. And this is
they had to do that because if they wouldn't have had Magnum TA run and save him, I guarantee you fans would have ran in there and jumped them. Back then, that's how crazy the fans were.
Oh yeah.
A couple of the fans would have ran in there and started beating the crap out of trying to beat that crap out of Tully.
Well,
and all,
if you go back to '85, where Flair and Dusty met in a steel cage, the fans were literally like up against the cage and just
climbing the cage.
Oh, yeah.
I think a couple of them trying to climb it.
Yep.
They were hanging off the cage. I think on that one.
No, it was. Ditch Pig says she is RWO's baby. No. No, absolutely not. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
Sashaying down the ring with Pete, with Ditch Pig. He's got his Ditch Pig.
Well,
He took.
We reviewed two matches. We did a little bit of reviewing during the Dusty match because it's not a long match. It's 19 minutes.
Right.
But
that's long enough. That's long enough. I think.
Yeah, it said everything it needed to for that match and that feud.
Right.
You know, and that feud would just combust even further down the road.
It's building up to the formation of the four horsemen.
Yep.
That's because I think you did see Arn and
Arn old.
Arn and Ole. Making appearance briefly. I mean, in that. It's the formation of the Four Horsemen.
Perhaps the greatest stable that ever existed. Like, there's been a lot of imitations, and
probably who invented it was them.
Yeah.
Modern day. That and probably Kevin Sullivan with the dungeon. His dungeon. So I think the first two. I'd say those were the first two real stables.
Yeah. Ones that actually paid off. Now the Dungeon of Doom became a little bit.
Cartoony.
Yeah, down the road.
Well, that's what goes back to when I was a young wrestler. I got approached by the Dungeon of Doom, and they wanted me at Halloween Havoc. You know about this, right?
Yeah, I know about it.
Yes.
You were that god awful fucking wrestler that came out dressed as a fucking mummy, right? I'm sorry.
Here's what happened. I'll tell you what happened. I'm a Yeti. I have my natural. I don't need to climb my fur and that. So I had to go to the bathroom. So what happened was the toilet exploded. Water got everywhere. And so I was trying to dry myself with toilet paper. The toilet paper stuck wrapped around me. I got tripped around, slapped around. Toilet paper. Then I was ordered to the gorilla position and had to come out. There was Big Show. Well, not Big Show, but the Giant, Paul White, and Hulk Hogan. I couldn't see. And I was trying to wipe my eyes, and I grabbed. So I grabbed them. Everyone said I was trying to dry Hogan and Giant. No, I was trying to dry myself off.
You guys there in the chat, let us know if you want us to continue doing these reviews of old matches. I enjoy the older wrestling now.
Yes,
when it comes to, like, I don't know if you've heard any of it, these conversations about AEW's Dynamite and Collision. I'm finding Collision more interesting to watch. It's a bit crisper.
Collision is a classic. I mean, Collision is doing the classic style with a little modern touch, which I think AEW should be doing with all their shows. But then again, they're gonna have one show's gonna be for the modern style wrestling that people like, and then one's gonna have the blood and guts style, and then you're gonna have traditional pro wrestling on Collision, and I believe that's how they're gonna break it down.
I think what Collision is doing right is they're combining both elements.
Yeah.
And whereas, like, I've noticed they've been going a little bit more story heavy on Collision.
Yes.
Whereas on Dynamite, it's go.
Yeah. That's exactly. It's for the modern style wrestling.
Evie, I would love to see that clip.
Yeah.
Seeing anyone get knocked out by a Ric Flair chop. Ooh, damn.
He's one of the hardest hitters in the chop.
Yeah, but she said she's got a clip here where this guy fucking knocks another out with a Ric Flair chop. Damn.
Oh my god. Oh, yeah. Well,
that's a hard hit.
Plus if you hit the chest right and lose air. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You're going down.
Sure.
Now, I think our next episode we're going to be doing some Oxbaker and maybe some Brody.
Bruiser Brody. Oh yes.
You got to have Brody in there. You got to have Bruiser Brody.
There's lots of stories about him. That was probably one of the. A lot of people didn't know it, but probably one of the most intelligent wrestlers.
Oh, geez, the guy was an intellectual genius. You learn every aspect of the business.
And the thing is, he started out as a sports writer for his local newspaper. So that's a lot. He was a writer. He knew what his worth was.
Oh, he did. Like, he could produce an entire episode by himself. Like, he didn't need.
Right.
Like I loved his one interview. You sent me the interview actually.
I sent you the interview. Yeah.
Yeah,
And he had to
where-
say, and then he had to say, talking about you're gonna put because he was talking as Frank Goodish, but to make sure you put Bruiser Brody. But he was talking as himself,
Yeah.
as Frank outside his character. But he still did not want to break kayfabe, so he didn't want them to put his real name.
Yeah.
You know. But
But,
he was
you know-
in that interview. He wasn't, the berserker, whatever Viking. He was Frank Goodish,
Yeah.
But he was
No.
still trying to stay in character.
Yeah.
But
What I like you said,
that's-
he rarely would just sit in the back and just do nothing. He like go to the production truck and sit there and learn what everything did.
Right.
You know, so by the time he was at that point where he knew what to do, he could run an entire show by himself if he wanted to.
Oh yeah.
Produce it.
That's what a lot of the wrestlers did. That's how a lot of them became bookers.
Yep.
Because there's a lot of downtime. Because maybe you have, and it's still like that. There's a lot of downtime wrestling. It's not like any kind of production. And even on a movie, same thing. They're not. I mean, they're filming one scene, but if you're in the, if your scene's not playing, you're just sitting around waiting for them to call you for your scene. So there's a lot of.
Now a lot of people.
That's a lot of people don't see.
A lot of people have shit on Dusty Rhodes when he was booking. Like he always booked himself heavy. People can look at it that way, but he was a smart man. Like it was small town America that was looking for a champion, and he filled the bill. He looked like a common man. He dressed like a common man, and that's what they wanted. They wanted a Stone Cold of that era, but in a better, more country fried.
He knew who to book. Doesn't mean he always won.
No. Like hell, I think he lost the majority of his Flair encounters.
Yeah.
You know, like, but he was giving the fans that hope that they craved, that the small guy could prevail. You know, and I don't think anyone else.
But it was a build up to when he did win it. It meant something.
Oh,
it meant something to the fans. He
Hot times, baby. Hot times.
He let it bloom. He just waited, let it bloom, and he knew the moment.
And it's
and he wouldn't hold the title long. He wouldn't hold the title long.
I get that they're trying to recreate it in some ways with Cody, but it's never going to work. It's never going to pay the bills that it did for Dusty. It's he's not that common guy that came off the streets and got into wrestling.
The way he dresses himself. Just himself as an elite, not to no pun intended, but he does. He's got the perfect tie. He's very good heel material.
He dresses like a wealthy man. He walks like a wealthy man.
Right. He should
people are
be
never
connected
to the likes of Dusty. It might be his son, but it's not. He didn't come from the background Dusty did.
Right. Well, the way he presents himself. If he would have just kept that persona, that he's just and he could have, he didn't, but he's got that. But he does. Wears the suits. Wears the it's fine. Perfect heel. He's being himself.
But I mean, if you want to be yourself, then your storyline should be of yourself, not of.
Well, he can only play that so long, because he did. Because he's just continuing the storyline from when he left AEW, started AEW, now he's coming back. It's just that's what he's finishing this. It's all tied together. The storyline he was doing over in AEW is tied into what he's doing now. So which is
and I get it. It was he wants to do something that his dad never was allowed to do, and that's become world champion of WWE. And I get that, but tell your own story.
Yeah, I know. I know. Well,
You know,
what he
that-
did,
that's-
what he did, he was still continuing his dad's story, and he won the 8 pounds,
Yeah.
6 pounds of gold, or 8 pounds of gold, or 8 pounds of gold, 10 pounds, or 10 pounds. He's
10
he's
pounds
living.
gold.
He's living. There's a part where there's a part where he's living off his dad's legacy.
Yeah.
And that's what I get. And that's what I get. You know.
Hey, you want
That's
to
good. That's good.
you want to connect with anyone. Why not be your dad? Like, especially if it's Dusty Rhodes in the wrestling world, you know.
Right.
Right. And you know, I can see him doing it.
I think-
it's just
I think
not
Justin
straightforward.
could have pulled that off. I think Justin could pull that off. Connie Man.
yes. Yeah.
You know.
Oh,
Because
geez.
he looks more like Dusty than
Yeah.
you know.
Well, and you watch Dusty these days when he's in that ring, he actually looks a bit better.
Dustin.
Yeah, Dustin.
Yeah.
He looks.
Oh
he
yeah.
looks
Oh yeah.
lot
He's
better.
conditioned. He's got.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like-
The way he moves and that plays. I mean, he can't wrestle every day, but when he does wrestle, he's ready for it. I think he's better. Probably the best shape. I think the one that probably in the best shape for his age is Billy Gunn.
Oh yeah.
You know.
That's something me and you've been discussing. Him leaving his boots in the ring as
Is
sign
this
of
thing up?
retirement.
I don't. He's not leaving.
No, I don't think so. I'm thinking there's a bigger story behind it.
Or he might be doing. Or he might take time off so he can do something. Maybe he's getting inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame. Maybe he's doing. You know.
Yeah, it's no.
Yeah,
that
that
would
could be.
be
You know, something. You know. Or I don't. Because I think they would have made more of it than him just take off and then no one's saying anything. Tony Khan not saying anything.
Yeah,
You know,
like
like
him
Apple
leaving
was
it-
scrum.
I think I've seen them address it once, and that was just like
Yeah.
a short clip, and then it was done and over with. Like,
It would have been a big deal because they would have given him a proper send off.
I think so as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Like, and
Yeah,
the
I
reaction
like this.
from
Yeah.
his teammates there, you know, at the end of it all.
Right.
It just, to me, it comes off as a bigger story behind it all.
It is a story, and I think maybe he's going to reunite as the heel manager, with the Gun Club.
Yeah. And a guy like Billy Gunn, I think for his age, yeah, he looks phenomenal. He moves great in
Yeah.
the ring still,
Oh yeah.
but I think he'd be worth more in the locker room, helping these younger
Yeah,
guys.
that's what he does a lot of too.
Yeah.
He says he has mentored, and he's been working with his sons, obviously. You know,
Which
to
have
get-
improved greatly over the last
Oh
year.
yeah, under his tutelage. Yes, that's why. I think that's why he was wrestling with them. So so he could coach him how it is to wrestle live.
Yeah.
Who
And then
better
allowing
than-
them to branch off on their own.
Right. Well, yeah.
Still guiding them behind the scenes, but allowing them to branch out on their own on television.
Right.
I think that helped them
Oh,
in a
yeah.
big way, like gain that
Well,
confidence.
he knew. Yeah, he knew they had it. They just needed. They just needed. When we first come in, heck, one of them was only 18, 19. You know. The one that looks like him.
Yeah. Which one is that one? Colton or?
Colton. No,
Colton.
yeah, Colton. It's
Yeah.
Austin.
Yeah, and you've seen
Yeah,
Austin.
yeah.
He's gotten away from the childish kind of antics that he was
Yeah.
when he first came in. I dig that.
Oh
a lot
yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah, him being a
Like-
little bit more serious, I think it plays a better part with that team.
Well, he's matured. They've matured. Yeah,
Yeah.
They've grown in. They've grown into their roles, as they say. And
Your thoughts on the CM Punk bit? Finally revealing what's in the red bag. We all knew what it was.
oh yeah, we knew what it was. Yes.
Now, I didn't see the point spray painting the X on it because
He's just. It's just to draw heat.
it is to draw heat. But I mean, if you are proclaiming that you are the true world champion, why desecrate the title?
Because it means nothing to him.
Yeah,
That's the whole thing.
and
I think it's a film. It's a heel turn. With a slight nod of it.
it's. But if you're gonna go heel, he had the opportunity.
Yeah.
I think the
Oh,
biggest
I know
mistake. I think the biggest mistake AEW made when they brought him back is bringing him back in Chicago.
Right.
Because they're going to cheer for him regardless.
Right.
They
It
had
was
an
like
opportunity.
It's like MJF in Long,
Yeah.
Long
Like
Island.
they had an opportunity when he came back
Right.
to go full on heel, and his first promo was straight up heel.
Yeah.
Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But being in Chicago, it was just everyone was just cheering for him.
Yeah.
A little more echo, I guess. There's nothing we
Oh,
can do
yes.
about it. We'll figure it out again.
Right. Yep. We'll have to look at it. Maybe we can look at troubleshooting.
It was a safe place to bring him back, but I mean, everything he's done since on television had been very heel-ish.
Yeah.
And I think it would have been a bigger impact if he would have come back full on heel.
Right.
Don't skirt it. Don't fucking, just
I
touch
just
the
think-
bush and walk away. No, fucking just go for
I
it.
think or he's just like I said, he's doing heel stuff, and the fans aren't fans.
And then they go to Canada and he's booed like so bad, and everyone's like, "Oh, this is bad for AEW." No, it's not.
No,
bad.
it's not. That's exactly what he wanted.
Yeah, like
That's what he's trying. That's what he wanted.
And I think what confused a lot of viewers, they're in Calgary, and CM Punk has a lot of respect, and he's talked about the Hart family in very positive ways. And to have Calgary boo him out of the building, that was beautiful.
Yeah, he loved it. He loved it.
And he's insulted the fans.
Yeah.
And
That's the whole idea.
But
He's I'm gonna do this hill thing, and you can come along for the ride if you want. That's
but I mean, don't hide behind the bush. Don't just piss in the bush. I want you to set that bush on fire. Bring some real fucking heel heat, and not the cheap heat that fucking MJF does. Because MJF, I don't care what anyone says. Yes, he's good on the mic, but he's all about the cheap heat.
Yeah.
And every storyline, every feud that he gets into, it starts off with him bad mouthing his opponent, and then all of a sudden everyone's supposed to feel sorry for him.
Right.
And then it's back to it, back into the the same old fucking cheap heat he goes for. But it's every feud he gets into, every title challenge he's got, it's the exact same fucking promo every fucking time. I don't need repetition. I need someone to set that fucking bush on fire. Fuck the bush and just go for it. Like they knew how to do back in the day.
Yeah. Prior to the cross, as John says.
Yeah. We also discussed Jack Perry.
Jack Perry. He just needs to grow into that role, because I think it's a perfect role for him to be in, and then drop into Jungle Boy.
I don't think he's got the mentality to pull off a good heel role.
I think he can. I just think he's just been doing the Jungle Boy thing for so long.
Well,
Into this.
he looks uncomfortable.
Well, like I said, it's a new thing. I think he's going to grow into it. He's going to grow into it.
I'm hoping so. I want him to pull away from the Jungle Boy act. I really do.
That's what it is, and that's probably why he's uncomfortable from, because now he's not in that, because he knows how to get the pop with the Jungle Boy thing. Now he's in a full Christian Cage type of Bill role, and that's exactly who
it has been bland. It has been bland drum, and fuck, we had the fans popping for RVD that night, didn't we? Holy shit. But yeah, like you were saying, he's got to grow into it and everything. I'm hoping he can, because right now it is like Drum Monkey said, it's very bland.
Well, yeah, like I said, because it's something that I don't, because it's not. He'll, I think he needs to work on.
Yeah, he's been a face for so long, and you made a point in our conversation off screen where you were saying that he needs to pull off the, the entitled child of a
Hollywood
big
star.
Yeah, Hollywood star.
Well,
and I think
well,
that would
well,
help.
Yeah, that's what he needs to rely on. Bring in some of that because everyone hates California, so you can bring in some of that California.
How's it going, Kill Shot?
But
The guitar riff hit for a walk. I got goosebumps. Oh man, it was beautiful. I loved it.
Right. RBD's return. Yes.
Yeah. Now, we were also
That's going to be. I think that's going to be a one-off.
Yeah.
I think it's.
I don't think it's going to be too often we see RVD.
I know. It's been hinted about it. Will that he's gonna, which I think would be dumb, but it might be in a way in his history, but that he would he'd win the title from Jack Perry and then retire it because it was.
Yeah.
Now, he's about to retire. Is that? Yeah, but I don't think.
It was clear to see that he's gained some weight, but I mean, he pulled off that Van Terminator with a fucking precision, man. Like that guy can still go.
Oh, he still can. Oh yeah. Pushing 46, almost 50. Can still do that.
Oh fuck! There's no way I could fucking do that shit.
I could do it. I could do it naked.
Along with Jack Perry pulling away from the Jungle Boy act, another thing that we've been discussing is Luchasaurus.
Okay, he needs
to drop the dinosaur bit.
The mask.
Okay, I get it. Dusty Rhodes told him you need to stand out. You need to do something different. I get it.
Right.
Okay. Continuing to do it as a tribute to Dusty Rhodes is not going to better him.
No,
it is. No. He needs to start showing his face. He needs to get away from the Luchasaurus act. He is, for a big man, one of the most agile athletes.
Yes. He's doing luchador moves.
Yeah. Drop the mask. Fucking show yourself.
And he could have promo. I've heard him. Outside Luchasaurus.
He was in NXT.
Yep.
Drum Monkey says his brother just had his first kickboxing match a few weeks back at the age of 43. Damn.
Wow.
Damn. That's good. Not me. I my fighting days are over.
I'm too pretty to hit.
I'm too ugly to get messed up further.
I'm too pretty to hit. I'm too pretty, too witty.
But like, you got a guy like his physique. Luchasaurus has a great physique.
Yeah,
he'd look
just as imposing. He's a great wrestler.
He'd look just as imposing standing behind Christian without the mask, as he does with the mask.
Yeah.
Because to me, when I see a guy standing there with a dinosaur mask on, I'm not going to take him seriously. I don't care how big you are. I'll still uppercut you and catch you right in the fucking teeth. Like, I wouldn't hesitate if I was in that situation. I wouldn't back down.
And the thing is, it'd be easier for him to drop the mask because there's supposed a lawsuit from the guy that created the mask that he stole. So just drop it. So
exactly. Like he had that opportunity. Like, fucking just drop it and forget about it. And recreate yourself. Like, don't be scared.
But we'll see how that happens. How do you like the Wardlow's cold now?
Oh, they missed out on a big opportunity with Wardlow.
Right. Same thing. Well, he's the younger version of Miro. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. And Miro.
And the way he lost the match. Losing the match where he did to Luchasaurus. Oh my God. Just beard.
I'm hoping they do right by Miro this time around.
Yeah.
I don't need Miro talking much. Okay, like Miro's gotten better on the mic.
Right.
But he'd be better with the right manager.
Right.
Same with Wardlow. Wardlow would gain ground by leaps and bounds if he had a manager. But
Right,
to
right.
cut him off at the knees while he's on the rise, I don't know the reason
Yeah,
why they did it, but to have him do it the way they did, it was all kinds of
right,
wrong.
right. And they made it, and they made it, and they squashed him. That was the thing.
Yep.
That was the thing.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
wasn't a long. It was not a long drawn out fight. Which he didn't.
Like, one thing I was impressed about Collision was the extensive and lengthy matches that they've been having. Like, you see FTR, you know, in that 2 out of 3 falls, and it went for almost an hour.
Right.
You know,
Look how they won. Look how they won. Look how they won with against Jay White. Jay White. That was good.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
what they did with Wardlow is while he was on the rise, all of a sudden he just like started losing all the time. Like they were pushing him strong.
They made him boring. They made him boring.
Yeah.
He became boring. He became boring.
Now a lot of people, they should have never cut his hair. They didn't cut his hair. He fucking cut his own hair. And it's not the hair that made the man. It was the machine pushing him, and the machine failed.
Right.
You know,
right.
Like, fucking someone gonna tell me that him cutting his hair is part of the reason why fans aren't into him as much now. What the fuck is that?
Right.
Fucking Undertaker went from fucking long hair halfway down his back to a fucking mohawk, and the fans still love the man.
Right.
You know, haircut ain't gonna fucking do shit all for a push.
Or when he dropped the Undertaker act and went to the American Badass.
Exactly. You know, like he had fucking he was spiking his hair for a bit, like a fucking pencil neck fucking
man was losing his hair. What more can you do to it? You know,
Exactly.
Was he gonna wear a wig? Wasn't gonna wear a wig or a toupee.
No, there's
that's
a lot
that's the one I'd like to do is Bruiser Brody versus Texas Red.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
That'd be good.
I think we got to do that one coming up soon.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. That'd be a good one because for those of you who don't know the career of Undertaker, he started out Texas Red. I think he was like 18 or 19.
Yeah, something like that.
Fresh out of college because and basketball player. Usually your best big wrestlers, ones that are agile on that, are great wrestlers. More so than a football player. Because if you look at the nature of how you play basketball, you're on your feet, you're swerving, you're moving, swerving, you're moving constantly. You got the arms, you're working on.
Like his beginnings were pretty rough. And he credits himself for that a lot too, because like one of his first matches was with Bruiser Brody. And he went in there a little bit hot, too excited, and he got his receipts for it. Bruiser Brody did not hesitate putting anyone in his place. But after the match, Brody also went up and says, "This guy's got something. Keep booking him."
He knew.
Oh yeah.
He booked him. Yep.
And the sad fact is that not many people actually seen it in him besides guys like Bruiser Brody, where
actual people that know talent.
So
real talent.
Like he in a lot of ways he was a bland wrestler, but when you looked at him, you had a sense that the guy, like, I wouldn't want to stand up to him on the street.
No. And he's one that can put a beat down. Too.
Exactly.
It doesn't help that he also studied MMA too. So that doesn't.
Exactly. Like we're gonna do some covering on his earlier career,
the
but
Punisher. He's the Punisher. Mean Mark Callis, Master of Pain. Master of Pain is where I think he was more Undertaker.
I think that helped Vince McMahon pick him as well to play the Undertaker role.
Master Pain, because I think that's when he's developing. That's where I see signs of the the Undertaker characters in the Master of Pain.
Now, Drum Monkey stating down here, Khan needs serious help booking his stories. The matches are good, but most of the stories don't have any real longevity or direction.
That's kind of modern wrestling. That's kind of modern wrestling.
And you know,
it's the attention span.
A lot of it comes from New Japan style wrestling.
Yeah.
You know,
you come from a generation that the TikTok generation.
You know, they believe the fans.
Images have to keep. The images have to keep flipping at them.
They believe the fans all suffer from ADHD, and it's like, no, we want a good story. We want to get hooked.
Right.
You know, what drives me nuts and what has me looking away for the most part when I'm watching wrestling, and I just stop caring, is when I see them constantly getting kicked in the face, or a pile driver or a tombstone delivered. And the recipient is back up on his feet faster than you can fucking hiccup.
Like I said, because what happened is a lot of people were watching the Undertaker. You know, but the Undertaker only did that.
To end the match.
The match when he stood up, like pin him. But it meant something. When he did that coffin sit up. Oh my God!
But I mean, like they're not even doing the coffin sit up. They're just bouncing back up to their feet, delivering another fucking kick.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Or the kip up.
Yeah, and it's like, no, dude, you just fell on your head.
You're taking something. You're taking a spot that's meant to be like done once in a match. Yeah, where you've had it all, and you got your second wind, and that's usually going for the win or false, or a big disappointment, let down. You fought all you could, but the opponent was just too much that night.
That's where I find myself gravitating more towards Saturday night for Collision than I do for Dynamite.
Yeah.
Because
Dynamite.
Collision is willing to tell a story. The wrestlers are selling the moves. Whereas Collision, it's go. Let's see how many moves we can get in this amount of time. They want to hit
spot best.
Yeah, they want to hit every spot. And back in the day, a seasoned wrestler would tell a newbie real quick, a rookie,
slow down.
You don't need to get everything in one match.
No.
That craft, that style, that's died.
Yeah.
Like even for WWE, a lot of that has died. Like now, a story revolves around one man, and everyone else is secondary characters.
You're right.
Like I don't know. I like that Gunther is calling the United States champion the United States heavyweight champion.
Yes.
Trying to give it prestige like it used to have.
Yeah.
I like that.
Right.
But are they letting them tell that story?
Right.
Besides just giving a match.
Right.
You know.
Right.
I don't know. It's
and who are they building? Who are they pushing to challenge him?
Exactly.
I mean,
because
he's there. He has his presence. Who is the challenger that pushes? Who's And you don't have that. You don't have that story.
There's no real story to it. Like I believe, what is it? Drew McIntyre that's facing him at SummerSlam this weekend.
Yeah. There was no story.
It's not really a story at all.
No.
You know.
Another one that Drew McIntyre they kind of cheapened too.
Oh yeah. It's sad.
Yeah.
The guy came so far. I hated him his first run. Where he
the chosen one. Yeah.
I hated that run so fucking bad.
They try that, and they try that again with what's his face. Austin Theory.
Oh yeah. Oh, and that went nowhere.
Yeah. They ruined him.
Yeah.
He was better. He was better without Vince McMahon getting his clutches on him. And you could tell he wasn't into it, you know, trying to. He's good on the mic, and that, but you could tell he just was not into
I
being
think they're trying
that.
to.
You know.
I think they were trying to push him too hard as the next John Cena.
Right.
You know, and
you can't do that. He has to be Austin Johnson, not John Cena.
it's and then having him, you know, run as Vince McMahon's little pet there for a bit did not.
That's what I meant. That ruined.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
And you could tell he was kind of uncomfortable.
Oh, it was like he was standing next to a pedo, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Well,
Like, that's
that doesn't work.
No,
That he has
but
that
that's how
little-
uncomfortable he looked. It looked like,
stash.
oh shit, is Vinny gonna fucking touch me?
I
You know?
I need an adult. I need an adult.
Exactly.
Call
Like,
Linda. He'll stop. Call Linda McMahon. He'll stop.
it was like he was standing next to that, you know, that creepy uncle, you know, that you didn't want to get close to.
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
No, but no, it's good to be back. Like I said, anyone that wants us to keep on reviewing the old matches, like, we want to do something different on this channel. We want to have a good time.
Right.
We want to laugh.
Right.
But we want to also
Provide
you guys-
a little wrestling history.
yeah, let you guys in on a little bit of wrestling history and back when wrestling, I think, meant more. In my eyes.
Like I said, what I'm trying to draw there wasn't that many outlets for entertainment back in those days. I mean, you had the movie theaters, but you had
and you had a lot of
you had to even have internet. Imagine that, guys. No internet. What's life before?
oh no shit. Well, like
No internet.
I grew up in a household where my dad refused to buy a TV.
Right.
You know, so if an attraction like that came in town, oh fuck, you knew you wanted to go to it, and that was the case. That was a big case back in the '80s. You know, not everyone had the ability to own a television. You know, internet wasn't a fucking thing, and so when a carny bit like wrestling came into town, everyone flocked.
Or any kind of event, things about going out. You wanted to go out on Saturday night. You didn't stay in. You didn't stay. You were out on the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to stay. You don't want to stay home watching TV. You don't want to stay home.
Like,
We did.
my father never took us to a wrestling event or any kind of sporting event. He loved wrestling. Like, fuck, this is a guy that believed like there was something really mysterious going on with fucking Undertaker's fucking urn. Like, he was a fucking believer when it came to wrestling.
Right.
And we were trying to tell him it was.
He lost himself. He lost himself in that reality.
Oh yeah. Where I didn't have respect for my dad when it came to wrestling was he's a big fan of Hulk Hogan.
A lot of people were.
Even as a kid, like all my friends that I would hang around with, they loved Hulk Hogan. And it was
That's funny now.
What's
Isn't
funny
that the same friends?
That's funny.
The same friends. I have this too.
I never liked Hulk.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I gravitated towards the freaks, you know. It was like,
You're hulking up and.
oh, I was
I remember you doing the whole.
yeah. I was referred to him hulking up as an ape on steroids.
Yep.
It was like, I don't know. You know, the painted guys that came down to the ring, like the Road Warriors and all them.
Right.
I was a big fan of the Von Erichs. You know, don't get me wrong. I like good fucking wrestlers as well, and like guys like Dusty. But I don't know. I gravitated towards the freaks, and I enjoyed their style because you knew they were gonna pull something fucking stupid on someone. You know, they weren't going in clean. That's for damn sure.
No. No. They look like Rick when they stepped out of the movie. Hawk and Animal.
Yeah.
That was the best gimmick ever.
Oh.
Ellering came up with. They just look like they stepped out of that movie.
Oh yeah. Man, they look like they were straight off the set of fucking Mad Max. You know.
Well, that's a very big stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, in a lot of ways, when I pictured RWO, it was with that mindset. You know, the Road Warriors, Mad Max. You know, the Wasteland. That's what I gravitated towards. My stupid internet conked out briefly. Restart the show. No, I'm not restarting the show. God damn it, Evie.
Yeah.
I love that woman.
She's gonna point that creaky finger at you.
Oh, I know. And then she's gonna try and put
that
me in
creaky
the
finger's
ass.
coming out. Yep. And Meanie's probably gonna poison you. You better watch out.
Yeah, well, I kind of poisoned myself with lighting a cigarette again, but
Right.
It's a habit I am trying to kick. Been getting back into exercising now that I'm feeling better. Starting to lift weights.
Burger says you need to eat more chili.
No, actually, been eating very healthy. You know, doing the veggie thing. Chicken, a lot of chicken. Hitting the weights. You know.
Right.
Exercise, bike, doing a lot of walks. I'm taking care of myself, you know. Yeah. Oh Jesus! And she's got steam coming out of her nostrils again. Jesus Christ!
You know what I found about the hardest part about eating a veggie?
What was that?
The thing about the hardest part about eating a vegetable?
What's that?
The wheelchair.
Oh, geez.
There you go. We're gonna get you some strikes there, Pete.
Oh my God! I can't believe I fucking fell for that too. Oh Lord!
The oldest joke in the book.
Oh, I know, man.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not that old, but I've forgotten a lot of the silly fucking dad jokes out there.
Right.
You
Right. Oh yeah, that's true.
And like. My daughter's boyfriend every now and then will come up. Hey, have you heard this one? And I'm like, I know I've heard it. What's the punchline again? I fucking remember the joke, but what's the punchline again?
Right.
Fucking can't remember it.
Right.
But no, it's going a lot better. Last couple of days have been my best. You know, yesterday I was out working on the truck all afternoon. Just a small part. And what I hate about any vehicle now that's been built for smog control, it was just a little part, but it was so corroded. It took me and my son fucking hours to take it off because it was so badly rusted. And then today, like, I went for a nice walk, and the heat just hit me, man. I ended up having to lay down. I had such a massive headache, and it's my fault. I didn't eat. And I probably didn't drink enough water. I have been drinking water, but probably not enough.
Yep. Good.
Well, you were saying hit some Pedialyte.
Pedialyte, yes.
So
that's what they give sick babies to hydrate.
Chantix. I think the Canadian version is Champix. I've tried it. My sleep was shit.
Maple X. That's Maple.
Maple X. Fucking shit. That thing's
maple flavored cigarettes. That's what you need to start smoking. Maple flavored cigarettes. Take your cigarette.
I'd probably die.
Dip your cigarettes. Dip your cigarette maple syrup, and then start smoking maple cigarettes. I guarantee you'll quit.
Hats off to you, Drum, for quitting. It's something I've lasted 5 days, and then I had like a really bad, stressful day, and I picked it back up, and I only meant to take a drag.
Yep.
And
what was her name or his name?
No. This was the ex-wife. This was the ex-wife causing the stress. So, you know, and all it took was her to say one thing, and it's like I went full bore back into it. You know, which isn't a good thing for me, and I'm minimizing the stress, so I'm hoping to cut this down further and eventually just drop the habit. But you know,
well, you can take Evie's suggestion.
Hire a midget, follow you around, and pimp slap you every time.
I'm sure Fred Starr's available.
I don't any little guy you know, I would hesitate to slap the shit out of him back, but I probably wouldn't pull a punch if it was a midget because, hey, he might be short, but he's a fucking adult. You fucking lay your hands on me, you're getting clapped.
Or as they say, maybe short and well hung. Could be a tripod.
You were hoping you'd have crazy nightmares. Only had one where I was stalking someone and eating puppies. They were delicious. Oh, fucking hell.
Dead puppies aren't much fun.
I had vivid
They don't
dreams,
come when you call.
but
They don't
the
eat
dreams
vegetable.
the dreams didn't bother me.
Puppies aren't.
It was the fucked up nights I would have, where I didn't realize I was awake, and I'm sitting on the edge of the bed, or find myself on the floor. You know, just it was like that. No, I can't fucking do that.
And another thing he did was he used to dress up farm animals and try women's clothing and drive them down. That was another side effect.
No.
You know. And he's saying, dig, ditch pig.
Oh my god. Oh fucking hell, man.
There we go. We're gonna go right back into the Yeti voice. You know, you got old Pete takes the old ditch pig.
So we got a match coming up. We're gonna pull it off tomorrow because I don't have any plans. I'm not pulling on you. I'm not pulling on you.
Damn knob sock.
You
damn knob sock.
I've had some pretty cool nightmares. It's when the nightmares start being family members and you just kind of say, okay, yeah, that's going a little bit too far with the killing of the folks and it shouldn't be happening.
You're killing family members? Holy crap.
Oh, my nightmares got fucking weird. There's always been a lot of strife in my family. And when you're taking that fucking anger out in your dreams with the person that pissed you off that day, that's going a bit too far. You know, so I said no more to Champ X and fuck that shit. So
no more Champ X, back to the Champ X. We know.
No.
Back to the Champ X.
I kill you.
Yep.
That'll
calm you down for a period of time. The Champ
X. I don't know how much you've been able to watch of RWO, but the landscape definitely changing. We're still waiting on a lot of new wrestlers to arrive. But fuck, you got these upstarts, Damian Shaw and River challenging for the tag titles. Now, one of them hasn't lost a match yet, and we seen on our last episode, River eliminated, what was it, 3 of the 4 of opponents in that 5-way knockout. Your man, the strong man, finally taking out River to walk away the winner. But I mean, the star of that match was definitely River, and it's him.
You mean Warhammer?
Yes, Warhammer was delivered.
Warhammer, yep, you got the Warhammer. Yep. And the Midnight Jammer in the Clamor. In the Hammer, whatever the hell that is. I just made that up. But it's a word because I said so.
So that's our upcoming match tomorrow night.
Yes.
I know Drum Monkey's working on a character for RWO as well. Can't wait to see and hear what it's all about.
We have a few surprises coming.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of stuff being worked on in the back. Meanie Girl recently.
I like to be working on the front sometimes, you know.
Well, yeah, I like doing that too, but I mean, like, not to you.
I know you're more of a back action kind of guy. You like back.
If she's gonna be happy, she's gonna be happy. Okay, you gotta give it where she wants it.
So you let her put the strap on and take it in the back, right?
No, absolutely not. Yeah, because that's the first comment I've seen you make in a while, Meanie. Meanie Girl, the television champion.
Yes.
I'm loving it. Now I don't know if anyone's thought ill of me, but there's not been any shenanigans played with the attributes or anything, and to see the AI, and you were mentioning this in a private discussion with between us. Perhaps one of the latest updates kind of switch things around a little bit when it comes to the AIs. Yeah. So
I had to threaten Pete with bodily harm to not mess with the AI.
Well,
I know he wanted to.
I reset the AI back to normal, like to the way you get the game when you first play it. Like I tried altering some of them, and they were fucking up on top of the Hell in a Cell. They're freezing up. Resetting it seems to have fixed that problem. I like it a lot more.
Yep.
Meaty Girl suggested to lock me up in a room for 28 days with no. Oh hell no.
Every time you take a smoke, you get a 69.
Oh hell no. Holy
man. You could do that tombstone pile driver type thing.
I'd kill a bitch real quick.
Yep. That's the first time I saw a tombstone. When they're holding them, that just looks like some sort of Karma Sutra type of maneuver.
Wasn't Harley Race the originator of the tombstone?
I believe so.
Yeah,
I believe so.
He did the Sido version though.
Yeah, the sit-down. That's what Undertaker kind of went to after.
Well, Undertaker went down on his knees, whereas Harley Race would drop down to his ass.
Well, that's what Undertaker started until he started having hip problems.
Oh yeah. Which he realized quick.
Yep.
No.
I got two hip replacements later. I think you don't want to do that.
Well, Hulk Hogan using that leg drop, knowing how much damage it was doing to his hips and his back.
He didn't care. He was on cocaine and roids.
Oh yeah.
Cocaine and roids.
You get up on enough of that white powder, you ain't caring what happens to you.
You're coked up, you're doped up, you're hoked up. Brother. What you gonna do when the white powder gets a hold of you?
Oh, motherfuck. Nah. But I think that was a pretty good night. If anyone wants us to keep on covering, just make sure we know. I think we'll do it anyway. I think we enjoy it. I think we have fun with it.
Yep.
I think next time I'm going to make you do the rundown of the match.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I sucked at it.
I'll blow, man. I'll blow more
No,
than
you're not blowing me, man. Fuck that shit.
Yep. Probably more than Sasha Grey at a orgy.
You are correct, Drum Monkey. It is the same style of pile driver Owen Hart did on Stone Cold to break his neck. Very much. Yeah. You very much in the 69 position when you utilize the original Tombstone pile driver.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that we talked about the Tombstone. Like Hulk Hogan being the asshole that he is, made Undertaker feel guilty for a long time about he injured his neck.
Yeah.
And the pile driver, and Undertaker's like looking back at
Well,
if I was, yeah.
If
you jarred my neck, brother. Oh man.
If Undertaker would have looked back at that match and reviewed it a little bit better, he would have seen that there was no way there was a neck injury there.
No,
Hulk Hogan's head didn't even touch the fucking mat.
No. And the way the Undertaker does it now, then when he modified it, he took care of the.
Oh yeah, and like
he took care.
That wasn't the case for Kane. Like you've seen a couple of Kane's tombstones where the head connected and the neck bent right over.
Yeah.
Matt Storm says Coke Hogan, very much so.
Coke Hogan, yep.
Oh, he was into it.
Oh yeah. Oh, he was
had to
admit a lot of things.
Had to admit that he just had an average sized dong in court.
What kind of a mess that guy got himself into?
Oh my
just his ego and not getting all caught up in the stardom and in himself, you know. It's like,
What I think is funny is he still at his age thinks it's cool of him to throw shade on a guy like fucking Ric Flair because of his drinking habits and shit. Well,
right.
Brother, look at yourself.
Yeah,
you
know,
know?
how many steroids did you do? How many cocaine? I know he did cocaine. I don't care what.
Yeah.
You know. One time, you'll see him one interview. You'll watch one interview. He admits to it. The next one, I totally never did it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was always like that, you know, and
yeah. Or the street steals other people's stories and says they're his.
Yeah.
You know, like the one part that he was supposed to be. He was supposed to be. He was a hot prospect for the Cincinnati Reds. And you know who was? That was Randy Moss. That was Randy Savage.
Yes, he was.
Almost a pro baseball player. But he took that and then Hulk Hogan was going to have. They have him saying that, and I go, Manny Poffo says, "That's freaking my brother's story."
Opponents
Oh, that he almost was a bass player from Metallica, but he got into wrestling instead.
Yeah.
You hear that one?
Yes, I laughed.
Oh my God! And Metallica goes, we don't know. We never met. You know, at that time, never met him. Didn't know who the hell he was.
Now, recently, I rewatched an old interview, and it's with Bam Bam Bigelow, telling the story of Andre the Giant drinking tequila, beer all fucking day.
Yeah, that's true.
And then has a match against Bad News Brown. I can't remember where it was. It wasn't in America.
Right.
He drops his ass on Bad News Brown's chest and shits all over him.
Oh my God. That's bad news.
And Bam Bam, I'm laughing while I'm watching this because Bam Bam is explaining how the shits are running all over his chest, around his neck, and every time Andre tries to stand up, he shoots out more shit.
Right.
Can you? And he goes, just think about it. He's drinking tequila all fucking night, beer all day, and
talk about shits and giggles.
And he has alcohol shits in a match. Oh my Lord.
That's the shit, man. That's good shit. That's good shit. Good shit, brother.
Bad news for Brown, you know?
Yep. Good shit. Well, he has a perfect name. Brad Brown.
I'm trying to figure out this audio drum. It's just nothing we've been doing. It seems to help. Our next episode, I'm going to try wearing headphones, see if that does help. I'm hoping it does.
Yeah, we could do that. I could probably get a headset too.
What are you wearing a headset right now, asshole?
Yeah, I know. I just plugged in my mic. I might get a. Right now, I'm using the mic off my cam.
No, but we'll try and have it figured out. I think we're going to call that it. We've gone exactly 2 hours, which I wasn't expecting to do, but I was having fun.
2 hours longer than your mother did.
Oh man, and she should have quit like fucking an hour and fucking 58 minutes into it.
Hey.
Oh my God. Yeah, some of the conversations I've had to read with my brothers lately, it's interesting. Let me tell you that what you just said was pretty fucking close. To hear my brother refer to my mother as the devil's taco. It's like, oh fuck.
That'd be great. You know what? That'd be a great name for a fashion. The devil's taco.
No, not after hearing my brother fucking refer to my mother that way. Fuck that shit.
The devil's taco. Yeah. The devil's. Yes, there we go. Hey,
We're gonna make a wrestler called the Devil's Taco.
Yes.
Oh, it's yeah, some interesting shit that you fucking read sometimes or hear, and it's family members saying this shit. It's like, wow, 5 more hours of Yeti echoing. I don't know if any
Echo.
Oh yes.
Hey, so
I
everybody,
don't know what it is.
I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. I had fun. I hope that Yeti had fun.
I kept echoing. You know, like an echo chamber, I guess.
Well, we'll get it figured out. What I believe it is a lot of it is my speakers are connected to my chair, so I can actually fucking hear you, because I'm a lazy cunt and haven't hooked up my headphones to the computer yet.
So that's what we're getting the echo from your backside.
Yeah, you know, it could be the reason. I don't know if it is, but we'll give it a try next week and see where it goes.
Get a
Devil's Taco,
what it is.
wrestler for circus. Please no. Please no.
Oh, the Devil's Taco. Yes. That'd be a great. You know, would that be a great metal song? Devil's Taco. You know, metal, heavy metal band, Devil's Taco.
But
Yeah,
oh god damn, oh man. You guys all have a great night.
Devil's Taco. Yeah, gotta eat the Devil's Taco. It's spicy as sin. I eat it so much it's gonna make me grand. The Devil's Taco.
I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. You all have a wonderful night. I want to thank my co-host for joining me once again, having a great time, being a clown. No, it's not my backside echoing, god damn it.
You stop echoing. You just start passing queef around.
Have a good night. Have a better tomorrow, everyone. Thank you.
Go fuck yourself.
Exactly.
All right. That's a pretty good show.